Yeah, nice.
3, 2. Hey there, fellow watchers. It's me, Whitey. And tonight we got the whole band together for the 1984 time travel chase movie extraordinaire, The Terminator.
Love that new intro. It's cool.
In 1984, something very special happened with The Terminator. James Cameron announced himself to the world with a sci-fi action movie for the ages, and Arnold Schwarzenegger confirmed that Conan was no fluke and he was here to stay. Arnie would go on a huge run after The Terminator, and James Cameron would go on to become, well, James Cameron. But this simple futuristic chase premise would be enough to have the public lining up for tickets and filmmakers lining up to copy it. Now, hold on tight, turn up the volume, and stay listening if you want to live. Joining me tonight, the G-Man.
Good evening. Great to be back on the couch.
It's been a while.
It's been a couple of weeks, but looking forward to dissecting this one.
So, G-Man, you were obviously away because of your premature issues that you have, and watching American Pie would send you around the bend. How'd you go listening to it? Did you have any bad memories?
No, it was a good pod. Really enjoyed listening to it.
I'm glad you listened to it. I think Dan even listened to it. I think we're 4 from 4.
Wow. Don't know how Dan didn't get a run. Only Shannon Elizabeth got a run. But anyway, to each their own.
Yeah, yep. Damo in the middle.
Yep, good to be here. First, I'll rip off your buttons off your blouse one by one, or whatever Slider was saying there. But it is, it's good. The Terminator's going to be a good one.
Rick Rossovich.
Yeah,
Lothario.
He's definitely Slider. I mean,
definitely Slider.
Yeah.
He stinks.
Yeah,
he definitely stinks.
This is actually pre-stink.
It was pre-stink.
Yeah,
it was pre-stink. Dan, up there on the land, welcome back. It seems like quite a while in between drinks, but we love having you along. How are you, mate?
I'm well, and yes, I actually listened to one of these podcasts you put out on the internet, the one that you were riffing on earlier, American Pie, and I've got to say, Will the Workie is way better than all of you. He's awesome. He has taste. He loves Sophia Coppola, and look, he doesn't have as many names for female breasts as Damo. There is that, but
thank you.
Norks being my favorite at the moment, Damo. So continue your discussion of Norks in film. But yeah, Will really enjoyed it.
Look, in film.
2 minutes later.
No, it's probably a one and done for me, if I'm honest. But it was good to hear what you put out on the internet.
Oh, you've condoed the podcast just in general, or just that episode?
No, just in general.
Okay, cool, excellent. We love hearing that. You're such a fine fan.
Hey, I didn't get through to song time on the podcast. How do we go?
Well, it's better than what we've had from Damo in the past.
Are you talking? What is it called? Sock dick, pie dick, flute pussy dick.
Yes,
excellent. That was the name of my song.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been critically acclaimed as well.
Yeah, I bet it has.
Yeah. It's a major step up from Nose of the Leopard.
Oh,
yeah.
And we've actually had some feedback on Nose of the Leopard this week, which we'll play in OnlyFans.
Radio.
Overs and unders, gentlemen. I want to hear from each of you about your first foray into, I said foray, Morgs, not 4E, into the Terminator. And we'll start with you up on the land there, Dan. It's 1984, 40 years old, this movie, this year. I'm going to set the overs and unders at 35. Dan, first time seeing it, overs and unders 35. Take it away.
Yeah, this was another special from Civic Video and DY, either watching it with you two clowns or with my neighbours. It was an often rented film. I haven't seen it in quite some time, but I was excited watching it again this time. And that doesn't happen much. And the last movie I think I did was Nico Above the Law. So I was a little scared that it may suffer from a Nico complex and be a little bit shit. But no, I really enjoyed revisiting, and but I could tell because I knew every line in the film bar none and was able to predict what they were going to say, that I've seen this greater than 35 times.
Yeah, absolutely. Damo, what about you, same?
A video, definitely.
Yep.
Couldn't see it. Oh, was it R?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it
a
was
hard
R.
R.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I had
Yeah.
no chance of seeing it, but I did watch it probably maybe 86, 87,
Yeah.
whenever it came out on video. But I have not seen this for so long. I'm on 4.
Okay.
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done. Well, just below
Yeah.
the mean. G-Man?
The same as you all. A lot of viewings early on. I haven't seen this for so long though that I actually was watching it the other night, and you start to get 1 and 2 that you think there's a few things that mix in that I had to sort of at the end I was like, oh, that's right, that's in the second movie.
Mm.
But yeah, it's been a long time between drinks. I'd say I'm around the 30 mark, somewhere around the 30 mark.
Okay, that's pretty close. I'm overs, surprisingly. It was one of the first VHSs. My nan bought me this in the cardboard slip.
Yep.
And in about 87, I reckon, I got bought this VHS. Seen a lot. I'm well in excess of 35. I'd say north of probably 50. And I really enjoyed this watch.
Yeah.
I really did. I'm like you guys. I've not seen this one. I'm a Terminator 2 guy.
Yes.
So if I'm going to watch a Terminator, I'm going to watch T2. But I really enjoyed how raw this movie is, and it's so obvious that there's no budget. It's just so, and I love that about it this time around. I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done, G-Man. Why don't you tell us about the Terminator?
Okay, with there's a couple of taglines. The thing that won't die in the nightmare that won't end. And your future is in its hands. In 2029, giant supercomputers dominate the planet, hell-bent on exterminating the human race. And to destroy man's future by changing the past, they send an indestructible cyborg, a Terminator, back in time to kill Sarah Connor, the woman whose unborn son will become mankind's only hope. But can Sarah protect herself from this unstoppable menace to save the life of the unborn child? Or will a human race be extinguished?
That's a good synopsis.
Not bad, is it?
Like that. I want to watch that movie.
Yep.
I want to watch that movie. Well, there we go. I find that a bit of an odd trailer.
They give it a lot more backstory to the Terminator than in the movie, I think, at the start of that.
It looks like James Cameron made it in his basement. It
Yeah.
doesn't do the movie much justice, I got to say.
They just quote the whole start is that Michael Biehn line. It
Yeah.
can't be reasoned with, it can't be bargained with, that whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But they gave away the fact that Kyle Reese was here to help her.
Yeah.
Because like if you didn't see that, that's why he was there stalking you. You didn't know if he
No,
was.
you didn't know if it was good or bad.
That's right. But they totally
They give it away.
blow that
Yeah.
in the trailer.
Anyway, there you go. Critical thinking. IMDb rates The Terminator 8.1 out of 10. 934,000 reviews.
Whoa.
And this is number 218 in the IMDb top 250 movies.
Wow. Is T2 in the top?
Yep, it's above it.
It is. Yeah.
Rates higher than it. Rotten Tomatoes has Terminator certified fresh, 100% on the tomato meter,
Wow.
with an 89% audience score.
Wow. So the critics
Loved it.
Yeah, I can see why.
All of them.
Yep. Yeah. Hard to find then a bad review.
Well, and that's what we're going to get to when we get to the reviews. We've got a good review here from Hank Gallows of the New York Daily News.
Ferdy Dominelli.
Hank Gallows.
I could have chosen a 30 review
he's
for
in there?
tonight.
Yeah.
He did do a
James
did do
Barrett
it.
and Ellie.
Yep, but I didn't because I'm
Oh.
off. I'm off 30. I'm off Dominelli for.
Well, I think, but when you've got the opportunity, when all four here, when the quartet's here, it's a good opportunity to sing it.
I'm off Dominelli Ford. They've got enough free advertising from us.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
30 Birds had too much. Right? They need to pay up
We need that
with a
Meteor.
Ford Gear laser.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm out.
81 Cortina.
Or an Escort.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good review, Hank Gallows of the New York Daily News. You almost forget the film's flaws, like the cartoony look of the war-ravaged future. Here, the most absurd excursion is believable, and we go along willingly, stopping now and then for a breath or a laugh.
That's kind of a real backhanded.
It's a bit
compliment,
back- and
that
that's
one.
why-
he's actually saying it's cartoony looking this, and there's flaws here, But you can overlook that. It is not the best compliment.
No, it's not. But I also wanted. I couldn't find a bad review.
Yeah.
So I wanted the good review to not be
be-
so good because everyone loves this movie.
Yeah.
Now I've got a bad review and I've gone to a random punter.
Oh.
Belize M.
Ooh.
Now this is off Rotten Tomatoes, just random punter.
Yep.
I feel sorry for people who watched this movie 40 years ago. I'm just glad that I was born in more modern times.
Oh.
The acting from all parts is horrendous. The writing is dreadful. The plot is bland, and only the story deserves to not be insulted. I don't even know what that means. The special effects, which were groundbreaking at the time, now appear laughably outdated. The action sequences lack the sophistication and intensity of modern times. This guy, it's going to be early. What are we? We're 13 minutes into Born to Watch the Terminator. This guy is a cunt.
He's the sort of bloke that look at the Mona Lisa and go, "Oh shit, how old is that? And how crappy are the inks and the paints that they use?"
Yeah.
But this guy is just a knob.
Yeah. He'd be fun at parties.
He would be fun at parties.
Belize.
Shit name.
Lives at Noosa.
Yeah.
Just about fun at
Thanks,
parties. Yeah, do you remember when we used to play Snap's the name of the game at parties?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we used to.
fucking
Oh, do you guys remember Snap's the name of the game?
Yeah,
Yes,
I hated
I
it.
do.
Yep.
Yeah, you hate it. Oh, I can see you hating it, Damo. Well, Gow and I were particularly fucking good at it. So, and we tormented an entire town in Canada with it, who thought we were actually had fucking
Because you could
ESP,
Still kinetic.
Can you spell a word out in the
No, there
line
were
we were saying?
there were a few ways to do it, but Gow and I, we had our technique down. We didn't be tickling or nothing. And one of the ones that without fail everyone would pick because they thought they'd stump us was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And G and I had Arnold Schwarzenegger on tap. It was basically one click, and we knew that was it. And people would lose their shit. It was,
When someone just goes click and you just say it and they just like, how? What was the other one? What was number two? It was another.
Oh, in Australia, it was always Shane Warne and Glenn McGrath.
Yeah.
And overseas, Schwarzenegger and Stallone, I think, used to come up a lot.
Yeah.
And then just after that, Gow would root a 10.
Awesome.
Story's out of control.
It's just the package
It's
deal.
out of
Game
control.
of snaps, then
Gow is now being like propositioned in the streets of the Gold Coast and people saying, "Tell me about you rooting 10s."
He was a machine. Good looking
Come on.
fella.
Machine.
Good on the
Taking a life
chat.
of its own, this story.
Yeah.
He was a cyborg.
Yep.
He just wouldn't stop. He wouldn't
A
quit.
Terminator. A Terminator.
That's right.
Couldn't reason with him.
Ordinary people. G-Man. Now, we've got a new...
Yes, I'm aware of your new rules.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we progress with this.
We've had a creative change.
Just a mild
Yeah.
one. Just a mild one. I'm looking forward to seeing what road you take us down, G-Man, with ordinary people tonight.
Okay. Well, let's start. Let's start with Arnie. Now, I might go through little bit of listen to this here, and I might take a few people's stories, but this is the road we're going down. So, Arnie was originally being considered to play Kyle Reese in this movie.
Yep.
Right. Now we know he was obviously a bodybuilder turned actor, and he'd made a bit of a name for himself in The Long Goodbye. He was in Pumping Iron, and obviously Conan the Barbarian before this. But he met Orion Pictures. There's an executive named Mike Medavoy.
Yep.
And he met him at a party.
Meds.
Good old Meds, MM. And he sent him a script for some consideration, but James Cameron had wanted Reese to be a non-bulky and more sensitive person, right? So he wasn't really looking for
like
him,
Oz Striker.
right? Exactly like Oz
Kick-ass
Striker.
lacrosse player.
So he wasn't really that
I'll be
enthusiastic about casting Arnie in the role. So he was actually looking at Lance Henriksen for the role.
Right.
Which would
Okay.
make a lot of sense, right? Even the original art concept, there's a poster out there that was sketched by him, shows Henriksen as the Terminator with a half face.
Well, he gets to
half
play a
Terminator, half
robot. He gets to
Henriksen.
play a robot a
He
couple of
does.
2
years
years
later.
later,
Yeah.
yeah. But just Cameron wanted an everyman who
You
blended
would.
in the background like
What the hell is going on?
Really
not
good for a human.
When he's gurgling on the milk. Yeah. That's Aliens when he's ripped in
It
half.
is. That's
Yep.
right at the end.
Yeah, a lot of gargling in that, wasn't there?
Yeah, he gargled. Odd Lance. So the Terminator.
So
Yeah, keep going, Jimmy.
So he wasn't really enthusiastic about casting a former Mr. Universe, right? But Mike Medavoy said, like, look, take him out, meet him and have lunch with him. So Cameron actually later admitted that he tried to pick a fight with him. He was going to try and pick a fight with him because he wanted to then say, oh, he's impossible to work with and I don't have to do it. But against his expectations, they got along really well. And then Schwarzenegger started talking to him about the script and in general and what he thought the Terminator should do. And then they came around to the heart of it was that the movie's not about the hero. The movie's about the Terminator.
Yep.
So that's when Schwarzenegger started saying, right, I want to do this. I want to be the Terminator. And his agent was going, no, don't be a villain. Like, you're just coming through as the good guy. And he overrode it. And, the rest is history. So that's exactly where James Cameron wanted to go with the character. But obviously it was one of the most influential changes that we've seen in a movie.
So what do we think? What do we think about him in the role, though? Is he good?
I think he's fantastic.
I think there's a saying he's the fact that he's in that role
Yeah.
makes the role, I think, and it makes the movie.
I think even his accent works. It's like they haven't quite got the voice right.
Yes.
I mean, they got the body and everything right. And he started with the full head turn, like to look left, look right, not using his eyes, using the whole head, just kind of that machine-like.
He
movement.
really nailed it.
Yeah, I think so too.
He really nailed it. And it's funny. If you think of someone as a hitman that you wouldn't want chasing you,
Oh yeah,
it's him. He's effectively Michael Myers.
exactly. That's what I was going to say too.
He's effectively Michael Myers. Well,
even to the fact that his wig looked the same as Michael Myers' wig.
It was a wig.
Scenes. When he had the shit hair.
Oh yeah,
with the prosthetic face.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's exactly it. So that he wanted originally they wanted a true infiltrator type person, like an everyday person that would blend in. And then they went the other way and went with the big menacing character.
Yep.
And then obviously in Terminator 2, you get the blending.
just
No, you
the
go the other way.
You've gone for the Ferrari.
Yeah, and then he's able to flip into other people, into other forms, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I think, and that's in my good, is that's the single most strategic move they made is to put Arnie in there because that's what made the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it's good. They actually had Mel Gibson turn down the role.
I saw
in the
that.
role for
I
that.
saw that.
Wow.
But he even admitted after he said, I couldn't have done that.
Well,
justice, right? Like,
Dan, you can't imagine anyone else now could play this role.
No, Gau's story, and I think I've done a bit of reading on Arnie lately, and yeah, he's a lot more strategic and was a lot more strategic in his career development than anyone realised. So I picked up a book of his, which was titled "Being Useful."
Hang on a minute. Stop. Can I stop you right there, Daniel? You did not pick up the book. Your wife bought the book and gave it to you, and the book is titled "Being Useful."
Yeah,
Wow.
being useful. It was. It was definitely. It was suggested that maybe I could do with the reading, and
You learned
I
something.
took it. I spent the first half of the book just reading everything in Arnold's voice out loud to my wife, and
It was
that
the week
amused
we were
me.
there. You started reading it the week
yeah.
we were there, so he would read
And
us
it was-
passages of the book
in
It
the
was hilarious.
voice.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Wow.
It's really interesting, and I like his style. He didn't talk a lot about how he rooted the cleaner and has a son from that, and that's what blew up his marriage. That story didn't make it in too much, but look, what it just talked about how he was warned by his manager not to take the villain role, but he saw through this script and saw that the Terminator could be a door opening role for him, as Gau said. So yeah, I have a lot more respect for the career planning of Mr. Schwarzenegger after reading his book. And I have found that I'm not any more useful at all, but it was a good read.
Oh, damn it.
well, if this was going to be a B movie, right? Low budget, not a known cast at the time, and then Arnie comes along and it turns into a massive movie. Does he go on the run that he goes on after
100%
this?
not. 100% not.
No way.
No, this
no
is
way.
the movie.
Possibly not. Like
For
you know,
both.
No, 100% not. This is the movie that says I'm here and I'm a big deal.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm
He
kind of
does
a
not.
big deal.
Well, Conan got into a point. This went to the.
But this took him the
Yeah,
next level.
yeah.
This was like, well, he can do both sides of the coin here.
Yep.
So I think that, he does not go on and do any of those movies without this movie.
And nor James Cameron.
For sure.
Yeah,
Well,
potentially.
this is the movie that stamped him.
Well, they didn't want James Cameron to direct it. Orion didn't want him
Right.
at the start because he was unknown.
Because
Yeah.
of Piranha
And
2
so-
being a bit of a fizzer.
Well, he hadn't really done anything to that stage, and then so they were looking at some of the different ones, and Paramount was one of them, but they stipulated that he couldn't direct it. But then he turned him down.
It's funny because you do get a sneak in Pumping Iron. You can see how calculating Arnold Schwarzenegger is. Like, he's not dumb. He's a very, very smart man and super calculating, making like really smart decisions back then.
Just like Stallone, really.
Yeah.
Making super smart
Yeah.
decisions.
Yep.
You think they're just a big screen actor, but they've got
Yeah.
it going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. All right, G-Man, who's next?
Linda Hamilton.
Mm.
Now, it's interesting here because Arnie wasn't a big star, and Linda Hamilton obviously got the role, but she'd gone to New York and studied acting. So she wanted to be a proper actor. She was doing workshops with Lee Strasberg.
Theatre kid.
Yeah. And she'd done some smaller movie roles and TV shows. She'd done a little bit of time on Hill Street Blues, some other shows. And then she was in Children of the Corn, which came out the same year as this. But she had some serious doubts about the movie, and she said, I was a bit of a snotty New York actress. And then this didn't tie into what she wanted with Arnie as the star. And then she went and met him. And then said, wow, like, I think his vision is going to be really good.
Do you think he boned her?
Oh, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I dare say for Arnie, yeah.
Yeah.
But James Cameron wanted her in the role because, again, he wanted an everyday person, but he wanted someone that had some strength when you first saw her.
Terrible hair.
Terrible. hair.
No.
Oh, it's the worst.
Terrible hair.
Shit house.
Terrible.
So, Sarah
Half
Connor.
fuzzy, half straight.
Oh, mate, it's worse than half fuzzy, half straight. But Sarah Connor, she's so meek at the start.
Yeah.
You know, she's getting bullied by as a waitress.
Yep.
You know, she's so meek and she's such the third wheel when she gets jilted by the guy. But her character arc is pretty pronounced and very fast.
Well, that's the whole thing. He wanted her to be a victim, like almost to be a victim at the start. But you're right. Her 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
we're gonna
she would
get to
have
that.
she would have been dead if she didn't cope. If she didn't evolve.
Yeah.
So she had to add a necessity.
Absolutely. Anything else on Linda?
No, only that sliding doors. Rosanna Arquette was almost cast in
okay.
this role. She was present when Michael Biehn was reading.
Flickr.
Oh,
And
Flickr.
Linda Hamilton went on to marry James Cameron
She did.
and divorced James
97?
Cameron. Yeah, and divorced James Cameron.
Yeah,
So-
he had an affair on her.
What year
with
did
the
they
girl
get
with the
married?
girl from Titanic.
Titanic, yeah.
Yeah.
Amy.
No, it's not Amy. It's the girl that's the daughter of the old bird.
Yep.
In Titanic.
Oh,
So then he had an affair with her. James Cameron's a bit of a swordsman,
yeah.
big time. Angry man too. Angry man. Who's next, G-Man?
Michael Biehn we'll finish up with. Now, again, same thing. He was very hesitant. So he was trying to be he was a serious actor at that time. He'd only been in a couple of things, and he wasn't that keen to do it. And he said he was talking to some of his actor mates, and they're like, "Oh, you're doing a movie with Arnie? Good luck with that."
Yeah.
But
He has the last laugh.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Do you know what? Just stop you there, Jamie. Just quickly. You got these two people that are talking about being serious actors. They do essentially fuck all. Like Michael Biehn does James Cameron stuff, and Linda Hamilton does Terminator 2 and Dante's Peak.
Outside of this,
Yeah. So
hang on, Michael. Yeah, he's done.
Michael
What
Biehn.
about Johnny Ringo?
Yeah, okay, and Tombstone. But these guys just get out of your own heads, guys. Theatre kids.
I sort of disagree. I like Michael Biehn. I think he's an
I
awesome actor.
love Michael Biehn.
He's underrated. Again, he has that everyday man,
Yeah,
He should have done
quality.
more. He should have done
Yeah,
way
but
more.
he just
should have
fits in
done
those roles, and it's that. I think that gives him that quiet strength. Like that's the kind of character he is.
Do you know who he could have been? He could have been Luke Skywalker. Michael
Yes,
Biehn.
yes,
yeah.
he has that. Yeah, that quiet character. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one.
But Kyle Reese is a great.
He's
Kyle
excellent.
Reese is probably actually no. Obviously, Dwayne Hicks is my favorite Michael Biehn performance. This is my second favorite.
Yep.
Ringo's my
I
third.
do like Johnny Ringo.
Ringo's
He
my
does
third.
well with that.
Yeah.
But he's the heartbeat of this movie.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, of
got
course he is, yeah.
he's Basil Exposition. But the way the line reads are so good. He's so into it.
Yeah.
It hinges so much on him because if he's not believable in this character, the movie doesn't work.
Well, that's what I was thinking the whole time when I was watching this. What's Sarah Connor thinking? Like, is this bloke off his nut?
Yeah.
And the same with the cops and the psychologist. And I'm thinking, but he said it with such conviction
Yeah.
and whatever. So
The movie hinges on his performance. As good as Arnie is, he's just Michael Myers.
he's because he's trying to tell a story that is so unbelievable, but to be really make it sound like he's telling the truth.
Daniel, thoughts on Kyle Reese?
Yeah, I think excellent casting. And one of the things that I really enjoyed on the revisit was how well Michael Biehn was cast for this, and definitely one of his first roles. I love him in Johnny Ringo, and of course, Lieutenant Hicks will stay with us for a very long time with our beloved Aliens. But I think that Michael Biehn brought a very unique spin on this. I've got some things to say about some parts of his character, which I will keep for a little later in the podcast. However, overall, I think that Kyle Reese is on a hiding to nothing when he comes back in time and sticks to his mission and really achieves everything he wanted to do whilst he was back in our time.
He did.
It's interesting though because he knows he can't go back. Like the portal's closed.
Yeah, but he only went there. He went there for one thing, to root Sarah
things.
Connor. He came across time.
Yeah.
He came across time. So
boom.
It's and from the minute he sees her in those heinous tracksuit pants that he steals from the bum, they've got shit stains on the ass.
Well,
they look like Dow's Botany Bay traders that he used to wear every day back in the late 90s.
And I was a workman.
Gow's actually wearing a pair of trackies tonight in honor of Michael Biehn as Kyle Reese.
Yeah, he's gone the dark grey.
These are actually my my formal trackies.
They're your working trackies.
I've got at-home trackies. These are my outside trackies.
Yeah. It would be. I think it would be remiss of us if we just don't touch on James Cameron. He's obviously a born-to-watch icon as a director.
Yep.
We've done Aliens. We've done
Avatars.
We've done. Damon and I have done the Avatars.
Yep.
There's a real argument that we'll probably do every single one of James Cameron's films because I'd love to do True Lies.
Okay.
Yeah, True Lies is good.
I think True Lies is funny. The Abyss is great too. But a question for you, maybe just a question for everyone about James Cameron is, has he wasted his career?
What? Why would you say that?
Well, he's just spent, he's done like fucking 9 movies.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
he's pretty efficient.
He's done 9, like he's done Terminator 2. He's done True Lies. He's done Aliens.
The Abyss.
He's done The Abyss. And then he's done Titanic. And then he's done 2 Avatars. He's done 8 movies, I'm pretty sure.
But it's taken years and years and years and years and years.
There's 3 Avatars in post-production.
Yeah, I know. He's going to be Avatar until he dies.
Yeah. No, I don't think he has. I think you know what? It's quality, not quantity.
Oh, there's no doubt his movies they're all good. He hasn't made a bad movie. But we could have got if he had not done the Avatars, we could have gotten 4 more movies from him that are not Avatars.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I thought the first Avatar is immensely groundbreaking. The second Avatar, he just upped the ante on the first Avatar, and it's still not. It's a simplistic plot. It's an effects-driven film, which is the effects are amazing. But I would have loved to have seen him do more movies. Like True Lies. I would have loved to have seen a True Lies sequel. Wasted. Daniel, thoughts?
Well, you look at Quentin Tarantino.
I love True Lies, and I'm disgusted with James Cameron. I'm just looking at his filmography as we speak, and we have to look forward to in 2025 Avatar: Fire and Ash, and then the incredibly creatively titled Avatar 4 in 2029 and Avatar 5 in 2031. Give me a fucking break. Why would such a talented human waste so much time on funny-looking blue Dr. Zeus people?
There's a big letter with a B, right?
Billions?
1 billion, another billion, and then another billion. They run businesses. They're not there for anything else.
I got to say, I agree with Daniel. I really like Titanic.
It's a bloody good movie.
I really like Titanic.
It's a bloody good movie.
Yeah. Watch it with Belle. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I still haven't got around to watching it again.
Norks.
I will
Go and watch it
these days.
Watch it with the girls, mate. I took Belle to
I'll-
the 3D in the cinema. It was fucking epic. It was good.
Yeah.
We just
Oh, God.
watched the reboot of Mean Girls, the musical one, and that
Oh,
was
yes.
very entertaining. As a father of two girls who love musicals, and as someone who may have trod the boards himself back in the day, it was an entertaining watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well done, people. Awesome. Well done, G-Man. What about budget? All that kind of jazz?
Well, so we've already mentioned them, but the other cast, just quickly, Rick Rossovich, we've said, was
Yes.
the horny boyfriend.
Yeah.
Matt, he was pretty cool.
Yeah, we had Lance
I liked
Henriksen.
Rick Rossovich. Rick Rossovich was good.
Yeah.
And
was-
dare we forget a man in his feature film debut, Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Oh yeah.
as the
Brilliant.
punk leader.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
And also, one of the guys in the
In his gang.
gang is the serial killer from Cobra.
Yes,
He was
yes.
the
Yeah.
German in the Three Amigos.
Oh, stop talking about that shit
It's
movie.
a good movie, and
It's
he's
a
really
shit-
good in that. It is-
Okay.
yeah. Here we
It
go.
goes Nose of the Leopard, Three Amigos. You are not allowed to talk about them ever again on the fucking podcast.
I'll mention
I
next week. then.
just the three amigos. I can just remember our dads doing the
Oh,
dance
it's
all
appalling.
the time. Yeah,
It's appalling, and it's spelled
funny.
A
It's
double
funny.
P-A-U-L-I-N-G. Appalling.
all right. Well, let's look. The domestic gross was 38.3 million, internationally 40. So a worldwide of 78.3 million. Had a small budget, as you said before, Whitey, 6.4 million.
Crazy.
Opening weekend did 4. So it was almost money back after the first week.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't advertised either. There was barely any marketing budget.
No.
It was the second week. It just went.
Well, this is the thing.
It's word of mouth.
It was
Word
going
of
to be
mouth.
released as a B movie. Like
Yeah.
that's where it was going to sit.
Yeah, but the
And then
word
it just
of
took
mouth
off.
after week
Yeah.
1, it just went nuts.
Big word of mouth.
But look, other 84 movies. Look, we've been through 84 quite a few times. We know Amadeus won 8 awards. It won everything. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor. Sally Field won Best Actress for Places in the Heart.
Morg stars in Amadeus, doesn't
Oh,
he? F. Murray.
F. Murray.
Yeah.
F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah, he got the Best
Dan.
Actor.
Yeah, he did.
I was pretty good in that.
Yeah, you
It's
were.
one of your highlights, Dan.
But look, the number one movie of the year at 333 million was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop, which we've covered in 2, and Ghostbusters in 3.
Yep.
And this ended coming in. Terminator came in at 11th, 78 million, just below Footloose,
Oh,
God.
and
Bacon.
right above Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Purple Rain.
Yep.
Terrible.
Before
movie.
you go on, G, 1984 did stir something a little in my loins, and you know I love a compilation album, and
yeah.
Nice.
I did look up to fucking compilation albums. I'll spit it out, and one of them we haven't spoken about is Throbbin'
Oh,
84.
I can't remember it.
Yeah, I too. It was on the Polygram record label, which has
Throbbin'.
been subsumed into one of the majors now. But the album spent 5 weeks at the top of the Australian album charts in 1984. Let's have a quick look at the track listing. So, Damo, did you know any of the guys in My Sex?
No, I didn't go to school with any of them.
Right. So that Blue Day from My Sex, Talking in Your Sleep, The Romantics. I
Yeah.
hear
The
the secrets that you keep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Breaking My Stride, Matthew Wilder.
Oh,
And
Matthew
they're gonna
Wilder.
break 'em
Yeah.
a stride.
Weird looking head, that bloke.
Yeah. I'm trying not to do the super popular ones, but come on, feel the noise.
Quite
Quite
right.
right. Yeah,
Quite
on that
right,
one.
yeah.
So side 2 was just some bangers. Jump Van Halen. I mean, we were just loving that in 1984. Lionel Richie, In a Big Country by
Oh, by a big country.
In a big country, dreams stay with you.
awesome. Original Sin, In Excess.
Yeah, Inks.
Uh,
yeah.
Love of the Common People, Paul Young. Geez, Paul Young.
Oh, yep.
had a moment,
Living in
didn't
the
he?
love of the common people.
Smiles from the heart
that-
of the family
That's
man.
such a
Daddy's
gas
gonna buy
song.
you a drink
That
to
is-
cling to.
Mama's gonna love you
Yeah.
just as much as she can.
That is-
And
What's
she
it
can.
And she can. Thriller, Michael Jackson, little ditty you may have heard. I think it was a B-side on Janet Jackson's singles. But
Yeah.
one that reminded me a little bit of Kyle Reese for its absolute creepiness. Mondo Rock, Come Said the Boy.
I like that
Come
song.
send the boy.
I
There is
really
nothing
like that
wrong with
song.
the melody, Damo. It's an earworm, super catchy. I will often hum it to myself but just
Yeah.
have a little closer look at the lyrics one day.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
She's like
pretty
17 or whatever.
creepy.
He's
Yeah,
down on the beach.
we can do what you want to do. Come on,
Yeah.
be a man with me.
Yeah. I said, come with me, boy. Just take
did
my
you-
All they're
hand.
doing is holding hands. Fair dinkum.
Did you go to school with Mondo Rock?
No.
No, but
Ross
I've
Wilson.
got a Mondo Rock. Paul Christie, the bass player, used to come in the video shop. He was
Oh,
There you
yep.
go.
So yeah, he's dining out on that one still. I think.
why not? Yeah,
Nice
get the
one.
royalties coming in.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gow.
That's it.
Anyway, that was Throbbin 84.
That was 84.
Robin 84. G-Man, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, well done. I love that. 1984 hit, sleeper, dud, swinger. Daniel, you've got the hit for the year.
Look, this
What do
is.
you got?
I'm predicting this has got to be a fave of our mate Damo and the Brent Street kids. What are you in? No, not Brent Street kids.
Brent Street
Yeah, I'll be Brent Street.
Are they from Home and Away?
No, Brent Street's the premier dance school in Australia.
Right.
David
Well,
Brent Street.
Yeah, David Brent.
Morgs is choking to death.
Sorry, had a bit of a choke out. Sorry, not the Brent Street, the Dad Street,
Back
whatever
Street.
you're in. But
Barrack
Back
Dance
Street.
Crew.
Ray Guns.
you,
The
I
Ray
love
Guns,
this
yeah.
movie. Whitey loves this movie. I think the G secretly loves this movie. We've spoken about him many times, mostly about getting his cock out in movies. Kevin Bacon, Chris Penn,
Okay, yep.
the horsey one from Gow's most watched TV series, Sex and the City, Footloose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got to cut loose.
Who's the girl? Who's the lead actress in Footloose?
She-
Laurie Singer.
Laurie, she's a great
Yeah.
sword.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Salty, very salty, which I dig on. Amazing. So yeah, I really look. Chris Penn is funny as balls in this.
Yeah.
Just a really good movie. The kids against those menacing adults. Never would have got away from it if it wasn't for you adults. Great flick. That's my hit.
Salty.
Yeah.
Salty, like it. I'm just checking. Damo, you've got the sleeper.
I've got the sleeper. It was bloody hard to find a sleeper,
Yeah.
but because we've done this year a few times, so
Yeah,
and
we
I think and this is one that I've mentioned a few times, and it was in my. You missed my film school a couple of weeks ago. Morgs of best hits in movies. This
Where-
was
Yeah,
Hot
where
Dog.
did you get to? Yeah, of course.
Hot-
Hot
Hot
the
Dog.
movie
Hot
series.
Dog.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
Shannon
Hot Dog
Tweed.
movie.
Yeah, I gave this 7 tissues out of 10. I think in my rankings.
Shannon Tweed.
She married Gene Simmons,
She
right?
did, yeah. So
Yeah.
she was in Playboy. So yes, she's got a great set of snorbs. That's for sure. Go and see Hot Dog.
You can kiss my ass.
Snobs. G-Man.
Oh,
G-Man.
she
It's got
loved
David Norton.
She loved Hot
Yeah.
Dog.
David Norton. That's from
From American
American
Werewolf.
Werewolf in London.
Yeah, he's
fame.
in that.
G-Man, you've got the dud for 84.
So I found a dud. Now, to go back in time, I saw
hope
this
so,
movie
because that's what you've
a
got.
long time ago. It's a movie called Best Defense.
Oh, it's
do
terrible.
not
Eddie
remember it.
Murphy, Dudley
Oh, my
Moore.
God.
So it's Dudley Moore, Eddie Murphy, and Katie Capshaw. A military weapons engineer struggles to do his job responsibly, while a hapless tank commander has to live with the consequences in combat years later. Now, just a little bit about this movie. What you don't know is that they originally made this movie, and you're right. It's just
Keep going.
Oh.
I can hear you.
it's just
Oh, sorry. Sorry, go for it.
Now, just about this movie, they made the movie and it tested very poorly with audiences. So
No shit.
they added all of Eddie Murphy's character was added after filming
Yes.
because they're
Oh
like, oh, it's
my
that
God.
bad. We're going to add something, and he's hot, so
Oh
put him
my
in.
God.
now Eddie Murphy's actually come out like on chat shows, and they said, how did you make this movie? And he said, well, they came out with a very, very big check. And he's like, all right, we're making this movie.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie. Really bad.
Well, why
Horrible.
not?
It's about a tank with a gyroscope, and
Yeah.
it's just pathetic. Dudley Moore's the designer. It's
Yeah.
bad. It's really bad. Okay, I've got the swinger. Now I've probably mentioned this movie before. I'm going to give you the cast. I'm going to see if you can pick it. Booth, Thompson, Gray, Thomas Howell, Sheen, Swayze,
The
The Outsiders.
Red Dawn,
Oh,
and
Yeah.
another one,
Great. Yep.
Harry Dean Morgan.
Oh,
Is
see,
the
you know.
dad
Oh.
Harry Dean
of
Morgan.
Charlie Sheen and Patrick Swayze. Avenge me! you.
The Wolverines.
Yeah. Another movie I think we'll get to down the track. This is a movie from my early teens that I watched over and over and over
Wow,
again.
yeah.
Taped off the TV. Loved Red Dawn.
Yep.
World War III.
Yeah. They invade America.
And the Wolverines are just kicking ass.
Yeah.
Quality 80s film. Well done, gents. 3 movies there to watch. 1 not to.
Yep.
7 tissues out of 10 for hot dog.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Get on it.
Look at Shannon
Tweed.
Tweed's schnorbs.
Yeah.
As
Snorbs.
Snorbs. As
Yeah.
Damo put
That was an old term that
schnorbs.
I got from a People magazine back in the day.
Snorbs.
There was things like Snorbs and Tockley, and they had different names for everything. It was
Right,
great.
Yeah. Schoolmates.
Yeah. Well, People mag. Yeah.
Right.
People and Picture.
Okay.
That's what I
Question time. Okay, is this the first time we ever saw a cyborg in a film?
Well,
Did this bring cyborgs into popular culture?
I do still remember Jaime from Get Smart. He was a cyborg.
Of course.
Hyman.
He was a robot with human
I
skin.
thought his name was Hyman.
No, it wasn't Hyman. It was
Oh.
Jaime.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is I remember there was Jaime, so he's number 1 for me.
Okay.
Then maybe Schwartz can go number 2.
Okay. Yeah,
This
well,
was definitely for me was the number 1
Yeah.
cyborg because you did at our age then you didn't know about cyborgs.
no, I didn't
You
know
didn't
about
have anything
Hymens
about
No.
either. Okay, yeah, I'm going with that. Okay, I understand that feelings can grow very quickly under high stress situations, but does Sarah fall too quickly? They are like having the love affair of 1984.
There was about 2 days, wasn't it?
It's a very short amount of time.
But it's sort of like it could be your last day on life.
Yeah, she was
I
under a
know
lot of
it could be,
strain.
yeah.
She's under a lot of stress.
Yeah. Last day on
Definitely
Earth. What are you
Poor
going to do?
Sarah
It's just
Connor.
us 2 here.
Powerful sex scene.
Yeah.
A lot of
A lot of
grippage.
hand grippage.
A lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
grippage.
Well, they're covering her boobs.
He was
No,
sorry.
no.
Oh, yeah, we spawned.
In the
Yeah.
augmented version, the HD re-up, there's there's actual Norkage.
Yeah, there's
there is
no
no
I,
good
mate,
shit.
I remember back in the 80s seeing this for the first time, and this
Yeah.
would have been one of the first sex scenes I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Loved it.
How many tissues?
Didn't realise the
How
woman
many
could
tissues out of 10?
12 tissues. Didn't realise the woman could be on top.
Right.
I was
Okay.
like, what's going on here?
Oh, right.
What's going on? It
Yeah.
opened my world.
Yeah.
Now, just funny story here. Father of the Year. I watched this movie with my 10-year-old daughter on Saturday
Oh
night.
my gosh. This is
And-
rated R.
And well, it's not that bad. Like there's the cyborg, when he's operating on himself is
Oh, yeah.
really the worst part.
Pops his eyeball out. And,
But it was funny that she decided to go to the bathroom at about this time.
good timing.
And I'm thinking, excellent. Megan's not going to get the shits with me
Yeah.
because Megan wasn't home. Well, Megan was asleep upstairs. And she's gone to the bathroom and it's just starting, right? And it's game on. And next thing I'm watching it, and I'm watching pretty intently. Right? Can't take my eyes off it. And I hear from the bathroom, oh, I just saw her boob.
Well,
And then she turned around and I thought, okay, she's not watching because it's about 65 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? It's about
About.
65 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
yeah, no, it's
That's all it took.
Yeah.
For both of us,
yes.
me and Kyle. And then I turned around again and she was intently watching the screen. And I was like, oh God, okay. Father of the Year.
Yeah. Yep.
Father of the Year. Anyway, there we go.
Is that done with questions?
No, we're still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, have you got something to say?
I had a question for you.
Oh, go
you
for
got
it.
one.
I just want to ask, out of this whole movie, Whitey, which is the bit that made you cry?
We'll get to that. We're going to get to
Oh.
that. We're going to get to that.
Oh, that is.
I actually didn't cry in Terminator. I didn't cry in Terminator. I didn't cry in American Pie either. And I did cry in Nico Above the Law at myself for watching it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Question 3. Should the Terminator look more like Reese? Because Arnie sort of stands out. So this is in the future where they've got all this amazing tech and they send back someone that is quite,
A tank.
yeah,
they sent back a
quite
tank.
obvious. You could pick him out. He doesn't blend. Do you know what I mean? Like, should the Terminator be just a regular dude? Should he be Booger
obviously-
from Revenge of the
obviously
Nerds?
We talked about that being the everyday to blend
Yeah.
in as part of the movie, and they went the other way. But I sort of thought that too. Then I thought, even if he's a big guy, I just thought that they go through the phone book and find every Sarah Connor. Like that's only going to last for a couple of Sarah Connors before
Yeah.
they started contacting them. So I was like, that plan's not going to
Well,
work.
there's
very
only
well.
3 Sarah Connors too. That's in LA.
Yeah.
Like there's more. There's got to be more than 3. And not only that, he comes back from the future and he's got to go to the phone book and go, well, where does Sarah Connor live?
Well, that's what that was.
Well, they only had the
technology.
city. That was it. They only had the city.
Okay, all right.
But I think the fact that they did use this big like human tank was because he was this big imposing menacing.
Well, that's what it was.
Scary. I mean, it'd be like saying, "Oh, could you have Michael Myers as some, like 5'6" little?" Nah, you need a big
like having
freaking unit.
Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I just think the physical specimen was what made him more scary.
Okay, all right. You've convinced me.
Okay. Go through the drive-through.
All right.
Yeah.
This is the big one. Is the $4.50 cover charge for Tech Noir value?
Ask Morgs. He's
Daniel,
probably
this is
been there.
going to you. You've probably been to Tech Noir. Is it
I
value?
have. And look,
Podium dancer.
I find that the 80s fashion, I mean, it's still going today. You can go to Tech Noir today if you're in LA. And it is just a perfect snapshot of what we all wore to our Year 6 formals.
Did you have a Year 6 formal?
I had a Year 6 formal. Year 6 dance.
We had girls go
Really?
to our school, Damo. Yeah, it was quite amazing.
Jeez,
You
I
don't wa-
didn't know people had Year 6 formals.
But hang on, you don't
No.
want to know what was going on at Cromer Public School
Yeah.
in Year 6
yeah.
in the bike racks and stuff. You don't want to know what was
Mate,
going on.
Morgs
There.
was
Oh.
fashion, but he wore a piano tie to his Year 6.
Whoa.
I
Actually,
think
my son. No, my kids had Year 6 formals.
He was
actually.
Magatu.
Oh,
Morgs was Magatu.
But Morgs,
He invented the piano
so
tie.
hot right now.
Morgs' piano tie was played though. That's where it started. His love of music.
I was essentially the same height I am now in Year 6 too. So I do have a couple of treasured photos of me with the likes of Plymouth and Nixon and all of the rest of the Chroma shitbags. And they come up to my dick. And I'm just
Well,
this massive F. Murray Abraham dork in Tech Noir fashion.
It was not a fair fight, Dan. Plims didn't get his first pube till he was 17.
No, he did. He had some cab doors on him.
Yeah. Okay, so last question. Now this is the big one. This is the big
Oh, the
one.
big one.
Sarah gets dumped and she says, I'm going to the movies. What movie is Sarah going to see in 1984?
Oh,
Here's a list.
Meta.
Here's a list.
Yeah.
Here we
Is
go.
this- you're just making this up, or
No, I'm not
for real,
making it
she was
up.
gonna
This is
see-
what she goes, I'm going to go to the movies.
Yeah.
This is what was out in 1984 on the 12th of May, 1984. Terms of Endearment, Weekend Pass,
Oh.
Footloose was
Ooh.
released on Feb 17. This is Spinal Tap, March 2. Splash,
Oh,
March
yeah.
9. Now, this is hard for her because Children of the Corn came out on March 9th, right? Police Academy, March 23. Romancing the Stone, March 30.
Oh,
Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan. Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. Breakin', May 4. 16 Candles, May 4. The Bounty, May 4. Now, the new releases were released the day before The Natural and Firestarter. What movie do we think Sarah Connor is going to see?
Is there an actual real answer, or this is just
No,
us?
this
I'm
is just
s- I-
us.
She's going to see Splash.
She's going to see Splash. You
I
say
think
Splash?
so too, Damo. I think so too.
What do you
And
think,
I
Jamie?
I think she
that-
went to the Ice Pirates.
I left the Ice Pirates
Robert
out.
Urich,
I left the Ice Pirates out.
another cracker in
Would-
84
Dan?
movie.
Would Daryl Hannah have a north-south wide set vagina?
Jesus.
I got to say,
Because
there's a big chance she does.
She's because she's got like those 84-inch legs or something like that. I was always
she's very tall.
Yeah, I never understood. Like the angles have always they haven't really add up. So I'm unsure.
Yeah. Have
Okay.
to get her in the stirrups. Do the test.
Okay, so we've got yes, long vagina, 2 splashes, 1 ice pirates, and I think she's going to see Romancing the Stone. I think she's a bit of a she's down on a luck.
Yeah, but that's why well,
That's why we
it
said
has to be
splash.
something-
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I like it. There we go. I thought that was a pretty good question.
Yeah.
Well done, Matt.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry,
excellent.
last,
Excellent.
and I got sorry, I teased. I got one final question. This one is just for Damo.
Oh.
Just for Damo.
I'm going to go get a beer then if it's just for Damo. I'm back in a sec. You guys talk about it.
Okay, it's a pretty good question though. You might want to hear it.
All right, I'll listen to the question.
You won't listen to it on the podcast.
Correct.
So Damo, we get full frontal Arnie here.
Frontal?
Yep, he's walking naked at the camera. Do we see any penis in this film?
we do.
The resident side dick expert, is there full frontal dick here?
I didn't see any. I just saw buns. I did not see any.
He walks straight up at the gang, full frontal.
It's hidden by lights or shadows.
Well, this is what I'm asking.
Yeah,
You are.
I didn't see any. Maybe my eyes not that keen. Did you see it, Morgs?
I did see it, and I may have looked at the remastered version in HD, but there was definitely full-on front dick.
Really?
Not
because I thought he had an NDC in the contract.
A non-disclosure.
No
dick clause.
No.
Does HD stand for hard dick?
No, it definitely wasn't pointing up and slightly to the left. It was down and from the front.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Okay. So that's a no from the expert.
Yeah, no idea. I didn't.
And Damo shall be going home
watch it again
to go and see.
Maybe the quality of my TV is not that good.
I need you to report. Well, you are still looking at a you still got that boxy Trinitron thing, don't you?
Well, no, it's all right.
CVT.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's a shit TV.
Conker.
Yeah. Conker.
I had a Conker. It was a great TV, the Conker. All right, we're just going to hold here because Dan needs to hear because it's Born to Watch, and there's a very good one for Dan.
Baby, we were born to watch.
Oh, you got lick out. Oh, you got
voicemails.
Oh, voicemails.
Yeah, Morgs needs to hear this.
Yep.
Oh God. Sheesh. Sheesh.
Do do do. Do.
Here he comes. Here he comes. What's he got? He's smiling.
Film school for fuck with.
Born to Watch only fans.
Oh, look out.
Now, before we get started here, because we have 2 voicemails this week.
Oh.
And the best way for Born to Watch to get out there is for you guys to share as many people as you can. Don't just tell one person.
No.
Tell 3.
Tell 3.
Tell 3. Share it. Put it on your socials. Say you're listening to this rad new podcast, these 4 sick dudes, and get it out there because that's the only way we can grow. And leave us a review. Go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. Give us 5 stars. It does make a heap of difference to the algorithm and getting the podcast out to the world. We are getting rather large in Norway.
Wow, really?
Yep, we are.
Where Jakob, what's his Ingebrigtsen?
Maybe.
He probably listens. Does he listen?
Okay, so first voicemail.
Yeah.
Let's go.
G'day, Whitey and the team. It's Matty Beer Geek here. Just want to drop you a line, say thanks for all your hard work with the pod. A Few Good Men was amazing. You guys did it justice. Great movie. Well played. Wondering when you're coming out west for some beers. We'll do a pod from one of the venues. Could be fun. And can someone tell Damo to stop talking about Nose the Leopard? I'm pretty still dark at him for his score on Iron Man as well. Anyway, catch you soon, gents.
Listen,
mate, I didn't even mention anything to him. That's just come straight from him.
Listen,
unsolicited.
Yeah,
people hate it.
A lot of people are attacking my back catalogue. That's yeah. Was he driving like a semi trailer? Was that like a Kenworth?
I think
or
he's driving the kegs
a
across,
Mack?
across the Kimberley.
It's a Mack
Damo, do
truck.
you think this is a bit of tall poppy syndrome? Like when you
It is
reach
clearly-
such heights
Yeah, big
in your
eggs,
musical
yeah.
career.
No, look, you know what? And this is off record too, but he actually got a private concert of Nose of the Leopard with me and him once. I sent it through to him. He actually requested it. So this is just some weird thing that he's on about here.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
When are you getting him? When are you getting him back on, Whitey? Matty
Well, he's
Big
not
Eg's
been
gotta
well. I've been conversing with him in the last couple of weeks. He's we'll get him on in the next couple
We
of
need
months.
to know
More
what he was
importantly-
driving.
When are we going out west?
Yeah, we need to go out west.
Mm.
Let's do
Way
that.
out west
Now-
where the rain falls. Got
We
a
are
job
going-
for the company drilling for.
Torrential rain. We've got we're going from the west of Australia to the northern hemisphere. We have a voicemail.
From Norway.
Yes. Here we go. Listen up.
Yeah, hi, my name's Tara. I'm from Canada. I spent a fair bit of time dating Danny. I miss him. I miss his swerve dog. His cheese whiz inside that cheesy head. Love you, Danny. I miss you. Love Tara from Canada.
That had a real number 94 tone to it.
Oh, what a fuckwit.
So was it Tara or Tara?
Well, it would be Tara to us,
but
in
Tara.
Canada they pronounce it Terra.
Terra, as in like Terra from the Wanderers,
in
the big bald
Terra
bloke.
Terra
Terra firma.
The big bald bloke from Terra. Terra from the Wanderers.
Dan, such a masculine voice. I can't imagine
Yeah.
that you'd fall in love with someone with such a deep voice.
No, I think that sounds more like a ruse. I definitely picked the voice a little bit closer to home than the northern hemisphere. But yes, thank you. I'll take the lick outs wherever I can get them.
Please send the voicemails through as you can hear. We have a lot of fun with those. We appreciate them. Anyway, let's go
Can I
into
just ask? Tara sounded like she's a 1 out of 10.
Terra lives.
Oh,
on the
no,
northern beach.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
Sounds like a
not
1 out of
fair,
10.
Not fair,
No,
not fair.
no, it wasn't. Terra was not a 1 out of 10. She did buy a scissor shop though at some stage. We shall move on. The gauge roads, good, the bad, and the ugly. Damien, we're going to start with you, and
You know where I'm going to
I
start.
know what you're going to start. We're going to start with the soundtrack.
Yeah, with Brad Friedel.
Friedel, yeah,
Yep.
or Friedel, whatever. we call it.
Fidel.
Take it away with the good, mate.
Yeah. Well, that, you know, like that heartbeat of the Terminator.
Mm.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom.
It reminds me of even like a Jaws-ish sort of just basic thing, and it is so phenomenal. Even and then the motif bit, the melody, dun dun dun,
Yeah.
dun dun dun, because they play that throughout the
16. That's
and
the
even the
16.
sex scene, it's just like on a piano. Yeah. So it is a versatile motif
Grippage.
too.
Grippage.
When he's grabbing a Norks,
Yeah.
yeah. So I love that. To me, it's 30% of the movie. It's dark, it's sinister, it's futuristic, it's mechanical. I love it. It's in my. I
one of the
mentioned it
great
the other week.
themes.
I listen to it regularly. Specifically the main theme. It is.
I
brilliant.
listened to the soundtrack this week.
Yeah, I listened to it probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, it was excellent. The whole soundtrack is
yeah.
very. It's weird. It's
It
a bit weird.
is. Yeah, it is.
But and a lot of the stuff you don't hear. There's they only use snippets of the soundtrack and the whole. Yeah, it's a good soundtrack.
Yep.
It's good.
I know I watched the movie once, but I listened to it about 4 or 5 times. I love that scene when he's walking down the hall. This is just straight after the is there a dead cat in there?
Yeah, that's right.
And he
I'm
walks.
just thinking of
He
that.
he's got the gun sort
Oh.
of like held
Yeah.
up, and he just walks past that bloke. Is like, God damn!
Yeah, iconic pose. That.
As he's walking down that hall,
Yeah.
and the same little scene where the Terminator goes into this is in the future, down when they're down underground. That Terminator that goes in and starts shooting everyone. But there's just one little bit where his eyes turn red.
Red.
In the light.
Yes.
I love just that.
Do you know who that Terminator was?
No, but he was a beast.
Franco Columbo,
Ooh,
Arnold Schwarzenegger's bodybuilding pal.
Training buddy.
really?
Mm.
Yeah, I love that little bit. But this movie is one of the rare movies where I say where the sex scene is absolutely critical for the plot. Like,
Very true.
it's
Very true.
essential for the plot.
It is essential.
Most of the times, it's just for
It's
gratification.
just for us.
That's
It's
right.
just for,
It's
just
really
for Damo.
it's really unnecessary. So that's why I thought that was. Yeah, it was actually.
Did there need to be as much grippage and grindage?
I think so
Yeah.
because we needed to. Yes. Well, maybe you could say yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
But
all
it
right.
was essential. We'll talk about this later. You know, like the photo. Hang on, what was she thinking at that time when that photo was taken? She was thinking about him. It's kind of clever, that whole part.
Yeah.
It's
At
really
the
clever.
end.
Yeah, like as he said,
I
I
like
wonder
that.
what. Oh, here's this photo. I always wonder what she was thinking about. And then when you see
Talking about
she was thinking about him
Yeah.
when the photo was taken. So it was pretty clever. And the last bit was old Rick Rostovich, Slider. He puts up a goddamn good fight.
He has a crack.
He
had
puts up
no
a good
chance.
fight. No, but I know. But
He has a crack.
He gets the lamp and then he gets belted.
Don't make me bust you up, man.
Yeah, I know. There's my goods.
Daniel, what about you? What do you got for good?
Yeah, I really enjoyed revisiting this and took it definitely foreshadowed a lot of what became Aliens and James Cameron's style. So that really low contrast lighting and shots that he uses is really, I guess, was part of Cameron's early style and his visual aesthetic. And some of the shots were very similar to that, especially in the future of the Aliens exterior that we saw on LV 426. So it really reminded me of that, the use of smoke and lighting, and a really inexpensive way to create worlds without blowing the budget on sets. I also thought that before all that, the opening titles were awesome with the synths
really
and
good.
drums, the synth and drums finally releasing into that motif that we know so well after all those films. Yeah, I said it earlier, but it's a B movie slasher plot, this film, but it's elevated to something better just with the craftsmanship, the script, the acting, everything. I think that the lack of exposition and lack of unnecessary dialogue shows a real maturity in James Cameron for what was essentially his first real film after he fucked around on Piranha 2 for about a week before they cut him. And then finally, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but what I really loved was the false endings. I thought that sorry, that I really loved the false ending. So after the truck blows up, and then the Terminator comes back, and then the Gelignite, he comes back again, and then finally, you're Terminator fucker. And that ending sets up the whole mythology that they take from Terminator 2, where Skynet has the arm and develops that technology on the back of that. So yeah, really, just I just at the end of the film, I just went fuck yeah, like it was just a really exciting, enjoyable, entertaining watch, which doesn't always happen with movies that we revisit. And it's okay, internet trolls, for me to not like a movie as much as I did when I was 18 as I do when I'm not 18. So could be anyone, Luke Nixon, can get fucked.
Is that Tara's brother?
Yeah, it could be Tara's brother. G-Man?
Look, Morgs has pretty much hit everything there. I really liked, as I said earlier, putting Arnie as the Terminator, clear masterstroke, makes the movie.
Yep.
The fact that they get that character to just walk, and as Damo said, moving the neck, moving the head, and just never so dark that he's never running, like he's never chasing them apart from in the car scenes. Just that constant menace that's always chasing them. I think they bring that, like James Cameron does a really good job of bringing that through. The low contrast again sets the scene for the movie the whole time of it. Love Michael Biehn as Reese. Think he's an awesome actor, and I think he fits this everyman quality we talked about earlier. The great, the quiet strength that he has, very compelling. Just think that the whole movie was, and to Morgs' point, at the end you go, yeah, what a great movie, and maybe that's a little bit because now we know what happens in 2. So, and that's one of the great movies of all time. So that's all the lead up to it. So it actually adds into that story.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just think that the whole thing really, really well done and great. And look, for me, as a Cyborg movie, I was loving it at the time because it wasn't a genre or something you ever thought about doing. That was the first of its kind to me, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Where computers took over the world.
Yeah.
And artificial.
And there's someone coming back in time, and it's a real person.
Yeah.
In this, and a robot underneath.
Okay, I'm going to skip through mine pretty quickly because a lot of mine are scenes. that I
Yeah.
just really loved. But I'll start with the theme. Excellent. The soundtrack, excellent. The premise, phone book killer. Like it's just a serial killer movie, right? Effectively. What I really saw this time, and Morg's going to love this, I'm going to use this word again, the juxtaposition between Arnie and Kyle Reese.
Yeah.
The machine is perfection. And the human being is broken and scarred and war-torn, and that's his body, right? Whereas you can't beat this thing.
No.
And these guys are trying, and they just can't. And I just thought that was like so. It really hit me this time that when Kyle comes through and he's there, and you see how beaten he is, and when Arnie comes through and he's this perfect element.
Yep.
You know, you can't beat it.
I think that Michael Wood does a good job of just that resignation of like, I know I can't really beat him.
Yeah.
I've just got to do my best here.
For sure. And absolutely. The Nike product placement with Kyle's shoes when he comes down out of the dressing thing,
I
and
noticed
he's got
that.
the Nikes on, the high tops. That was really cool. I mention it every time, but I love a diner.
Delicious.
I just love a diner. The food looks so fucking good in them. The gun shop scene is so good. You know, Uzi 9mm.
Yeah.
And he goes, full plasma. And he goes, I've only got what you see, bud.
Yeah, some future rifle that's not even invented.
And then,
the ray gun.
Mate, it's so good. That whole scene is just building that suspense. I love the tech noir scene is so 80s.
The pub.
The nightclub is so, but then it's Kyle. Come with me if you want to live. The Terminator view. The first time you see the red is so, like it's holy shit. Like it's so powerful.
But the tech noir scene. But when he puts the gun on her head and she just sits there for a second, it's right in the middle of the head.
Yeah,
and you're just waiting for it.
But it's even prior to that when you've got Kyle stalking.
That's
her.
right. He looks like that's one thing. If you hadn't seen the trailer, you'd be thinking, "Oh my god,
So
he's
clever.
looking for a two." Yeah.
The Terminator operating on himself, I think, is a really cool scene in the hotel.
Yeah.
But it is a little fake. It does look a little fake. It's almost as bad as Ash in Alien. Yeah. The Ash in Alien bit where it then has that really hard cut, and then it's Ian Holmes' head in the table.
Yeah. It's funny because we were looking at it, and I was watching with Josh, my eldest, and he just laughed and goes, "Oh, look at that." Because the big face head.
Bell said it as well. Bell goes, "Oh, that's a little bit fake." And I go,
but
"Yeah, exactly."
It's 84, right?
Exactly,
What do you
exactly
do,
right. I don't care. The police station, epic.
Oh, brilliant.
Epic. The sex scene.
Yeah.
12 tissues.
Can I tell you too? Linda Hamilton, when I first started watching the movie, I give her a
bit frumpy.
It may be a 6 out of 10. Yeah. By the end of it, and after the shag scene, and after I'd seen these perky little snorbs, she's 9 out of 10. I was like, "Oh my god,
She does elevate
I'm
herself.
so into her now."
She does elevate herself. This just shows the power of the snorbs for you. You're hypnotized by the swaying snorbs. The makeup and the skeleton. Like Stan Winston's skeleton, the exoskeleton or the endoskeleton.
The metal skeleton.
The robot is so iconic. The head.
You'd love to have one, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'd love to have one just in the corner here.
Yeah.
Just incredible. The truck running over him.
That would hurt.
Is really good.
Yep.
And I thought that would hurt. The skeleton coming out of the fire. Like there's so many iconic scenes.
They're all those false endings that
and then again, so the finale.
Then burned.
And then the finale, obviously is amazing. It's just for me, the movie is so good. It really is good.
It's awesome,
and it was really difficult to find bad. I found bad. I found ugly.
I forgot. Yeah.
We're going to start with you, Damo. We did. We started with you. We're going to start with Dan up on the land for bad. What do you got, mate?
Yeah, I think that of its time, the movie's incredible with what they're able to choose. The only time that I thought he balls it up a bit was the one sequence where there's the stop motion footage of the Terminator chasing them right at the end, where it's come out of the blown up truck, and they shut the door on him. And that was the only scene where I was like, oh, he probably could have crafted this a bit better. I'm sure at the time it was an incredible sequence to do, but I think that he managed to, with quick cuts and close up and extreme close up and the framing that he chose in all of the other sequences, I think he got away with creating as much realism as he possibly could with a sci-fi movie. But that one, I just kind of went, oh, stop motion. And it reminded me very much of RoboCop when they used the stop motion and that. And that just, but the
on
rest,
the other,
the rest of RoboCop is brilliant. And it's the same thing. The stop motion just lets it down. And look, it's of its time. And it's only a minor complaint. But I think that if James Cameron thought about that again today, he would have fucked that sequence off because it was unnecessary.
Well, he fixes it for T2 in 91. Like everything you see with the robot or the cyborgs there is not stop motion. Like he's fixed it. G-Man, what do you got for bad?
I've got a few little things. I mean, they're only minor, but when Reese comes in, he's saving Sarah Connor, and they go to the convenience store. Now he just gets out the back of that convenience store and just shoves on the door, sort of semi-hard.
Into the
convenience store. Opens. That place must get robbed a lot. It's late at night and that thing's not locked. People must know. So again, same at the end when they get to the robotics or that state-of-the-art technology factory,
Skynet or whatever it was.
Where they walk in, he just punches a glass window in the door, punches the glass out, opens the door, and they're in, and they can turn on every machine. There's no alarms.
It's 84.
There's no security.
It's 84.
Still, I'm pretty sure in 84 they had security.
Yeah.
So as I said, just little things. The other one was, why would a kid put ice cream in a waitress's pocket?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what a dick.
But as if any kid's going to do that.
Yep.
Dick kids.
Could have been anything, but no kid's going to throw ice cream away.
No. No, exactly.
This is bad for Sarah. Why would you tell anybody where you are, knowing that Sarah Connors are going down like flies?
Why would you?
All right, I'll just tell you exactly the room I'm numbering.
But why would you call anyone?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Why does she make the phone call to her mum?
I know.
And she puts mum in danger.
Yeah, well, the mum dies.
All the Sarah Connors are dying. She probably just wanted to let her
But
know.
still, sorry.
Yep.
I thought it was great. And then she doesn't even tell Kyle Reese at all.
Until they
Ends up getting him killed, really, because he finds them.
But also, if he told her there, I don't think he would have pounded her. So she playing the cards.
Yep.
She's playing the cards.
She wants some grippage.
Look, here's one. When Reese is fighting the cops at the start, he actually kicks a cop in the stomach and knocks the cop out.
Yeah.
Now,
body blow.
I've thrown a lot of kicks in my karate career, but I've never been able to knock someone out with a kick to the stomach.
It was the whiplash. It was whiplash.
It was 2029 style.
Yes. Anyway, the other one was, why do you mention it before? The Terminator loses his eyebrows. Now, that's when they come out of Tech Noir.
Yeah.
He goes through the fire and he loses the eyebrows. But then in a few scenes later,
he's got them back.
They're back.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's actually funny. But a little quick stat, he actually insured his eyebrows with Lloyd's of London, Schwarzenegger, because he was worried they wouldn't grow back properly after he had to shave them off.
Oh, wow.
Rightio.
Anyway, that's my bad.
Damo, what about you, mate?
Yeah, we mentioned that prosthetic head.
Yes.
But how good was it? Just put the sunglasses on. Back to normal.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
So, Bill Paxton really wanted to look through that telescope.
Smashing the beer on it.
It's my turn. And smash the beer on. It's like, you could have just asked, hey, is it my turn?
How good was the time mark on his face?
Yeah.
I know, it was the ridiculous thing.
It was incredible.
But I just thought, who would smash that? Like he really wanted to have a look.
And the fake gap in his front teeth.
He's got a heck of a gap, yeah.
And the full Hudson twang he had too.
Yeah.
Just sounded like Hudson.
He did.
But and underground where they lived in the future, the air quality in there, because there's fires and shit going all through there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised everyone wasn't dead.
Yeah. Well,
Asphyxiation.
Yeah. Not good.
What do you reckon they ate? What do you reckon they ate?
Well, that's what I was thinking too. What are they growing? What are they eating? How do they make bullets? Like this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it like in the Matrix?
Just don't eat.
It looked a bit like that gloopy protein shit. Yeah, like the Matrix. That's true.
They might have been eating the PAL or whatever it was that Mad Max ate.
Dinky died.
Dinky died.
Dinky died.
That's delicious.
Dinky died dog food.
Chicken and rice. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
All right, I've got a couple. Sarah's hair.
Yep.
Poodle hair.
Terrible
hair. Do you
hair.
think poodle or did you think something else? I just thought like a poodle with.
I thought Dan. Thought it was Dan hair.
Yeah. With the perm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon I read
it. Sarah and Ginger's dress up for going out. So very different. Like Ginger's got the pink mini thing, very 80s.
Walkman in.
Perm. And then Sarah looks like she's going to work as a secretary at the computer factory.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Terrible 80s clothes. Now, some of the effects, the projection screen that he uses in two scenes. The first future part where it's obviously projection when they're running.
They're running through the
they're running
rubble.
through the rubble, and it's
Yeah.
obviously projection. And then the truck explosion is a projection screen again. Does the same thing with the shuttle crash in Aliens.
That's,
Yeah.
And again, it's the only in Aliens that is the only time that you get taken a little out of the movie.
Yeah.
And here it was the same. Like, I can forgive the mirror, I can forgive popping the eyeball and having the fake head.
Yeah.
It's the projection screens are the only part where I go, okay, yep. I just get taken a little bit out of it.
That's why they have it in the dark, and
But it's also 84, so I don't care. But also Sarah Scooter, Dan.
It looks a lot like Morgan's.
It looks like a junior Scooter from the future.
I said that to Josh. I was
Honda Elite.
Yeah.
Was it a Honda, was it?
In fact, uses the same power plant as my Japanese-made Fusion. The Elite CN250 was it's a slightly smaller chassis than mine. But yes, Sarah Connor is a sick cunt.
As soon as I saw it, I go, that looks like the Scooter from the future.
Definitely same thing.
G-Man,
Good spot. Excellent spot.
what do you have for ugly?
No ugly. I mean, we've covered everything.
Okay, cool. Damo, any ugly?
Well, just have that freaking lizard running around in your house.
There'd be lizard shit everywhere.
It's through your pantry.
Yeah.
Why the hell do they do that?
No, not a fan.
Jump scares.
Yeah.
Like it.
Not a fan.
Yeah. Well, it was for the jump scare, of course. Yeah.
Dan, you got anything for ugly?
I got one.
Yep.
John Connor gave me a picture of you once. I didn't know why at the time. It was very old, torn, faded. You were young like you are now. You seemed just a little sad. I used to always wonder what you were thinking at that moment. I memorized every line, every curve. I came across time for you, Sarah. I love you. I always have.
I always have. Yeah, it's not amazing, the
But
dialogue.
if you're in the future and everyone looks like a freaking chimney sweep, and then you've got this nice looking
Hello, Governor. Would you like a hello, Dom?
Mary Poppins.
colourful picture of a blonde-haired girl with a headband on with perky snorbs. Of course you're going to love it.
Her snobs would have been a bit bigger because she's pregnant in that photo. She's pregnant.
Yeah, she is.
So, okay, impromptu overs and unders. 50. How many times did Reese wank over the photo?
Oh,
Overs and unders.
he's in the
50.
thousands.
Oh,
Thousands.
Yeah.
There's not a lot
Endless.
going on in 2029 post-apocalyptic.
Do you think his penis looks like his back scar-wise?
It
Because
might-
he's ripped it that much.
Yeah. The burn.
I
Well, he could've
reckon-
got he could have got the burns. Yeah.
it would be neck and neck, Matt White, 1991, and Kyle Reese.
No chance.
At the
no
Olympics.
chance.
At the Olympics.
Not a chance.
That's
91.
the top two in the world.
I'd only just started in 91. That was my first year.
I reckon.
Yeah,
you-
that's
you-
guilt years. Those
you
deep in the
enjoyed your
guilt years.
discovery.
I'm sorry.
I'm the only one on earth doing this all the time. What's wrong with me?
Jesus Christ.
Kyle Reese has got rookie numbers on me in 91. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Okay, I've got a couple uglies. Wearing the Walkman during sex.
Yeah.
She wore them all. That was the other reason that, like, we meant for the jump scares, so
Yeah.
she couldn't hear
She couldn't
Slider
understand.
fighting. Yeah.
He's getting smashed, but
Yeah.
still. And obviously, Gow's trackies with the shit stains in the bum.
Yeah.
Well,
And
if I had never seen Gow wear his Botany Bay trainers, I would have been disgusted by those. But I kind of just went, oh, yeah, I get it. Gow was still getting roots with his on, so it's all right.
mate, he's got to have got lice in his pubes. Like, I hope Sarah made him shower before the grindage.
yeah, there was a lot of they needed a shower big time.
Big time. Well done, gentlemen. Dan's quick fire.
Yes, let's rip through this quickly, F-wits. First up, look-alike. Anyone in the film who looked like anyone we know, anyone who's famous, anyone who's not famous, or, of course, looks like me, Whitey, anyone that tickled your fancy in the look-alike stuff.
I think I've mentioned this before. I think Gow could pass as a Kyle Reese.
I agree.
A young Michael Bean.
Oh yeah, he's
I think
clean
he's a
that.
young Michael Bean.
I will. a little bit skinnier than the G. The G grew fond of the double yummy drummy roll and the sausage roll
Didn't we all?
for a while,
Didn't we all?
and he was up around the 102, I think, at this time. So, oh no, sorry, a little when we discovered this movie, which is years after. So maybe not so Kyle Reese-esque then, but yeah, I reckon there's a lot of the G in Kyle Reese. I will accept that. Excellent insight.
I also got that. It's obviously Sarah Connor's hair looks a lot like Morgs's.
Yeah,
Poodle
I had that too. My mum definitely had that too back in the 80s, and I'm sure that I would have had it as well. So yes, I will accept both of those.
It was
Well
a bit
played.
like the lead singer of Europe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Very,
that sort of hair.
true. Any of those hair bands, yeah, I think that would it could have definitely been the
She
Candy
leaving for
Harlots,
Venus?
all of the players in
Candy
the
Harlots.
Candy
I
Harlots.
saw them in
Yeah.
concert.
Janie Lane,
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Candy
Uncle
Harlots
Tom's
were
Cabin.
Australia's answer to Poison. So
No,
yes,
or Guns N' Roses. Yeah, I know. It was that
yeah.
sort of time. Yep.
Oh, how good with Poison.
Yep. Yeah.
Excellent. Moving on. 5-minute movie. What could one of the characters have done to make this a really, really fast movie? I mean, I thought that Arnie probably could have pulled the trigger a little bit quicker in Tech Noir.
Just Morgs, I was just thinking that. Just pull the trigger, mate. It's over.
He was dicking around for a Terminator. Like, did he really care if there was collateral damage?
No, he could have just sprayed bullets everywhere with his machine gun and taken everybody out and then walked out.
No,
Sarah could stop leaving messages about where she is.
No, that was at the end though. That
No,
was
not. She leaves the message home at Tech Noir on the home.
Oh, sorry, yes,
on the
at the message,
home
yeah.
thing when he goes to shoot the phone.
Yeah.
If she doesn't say that, it's game over, man.
Yeah, but that one I sort of get because she's thinking there's a guy stalking her and she's heard about the Sarah Connors, right? So she's ringing a friend going, "You need to come get me."
Ring the police. Don't ring Ginger. They're pounding. She should know she's not going to hear anything with a fucking Walkman in.
with the headphones in. No, I did think about this 5-minute movie. They sent the wrong Terminator.
Okay.
They should have sent the Terminator because in the end, the T-800 stuffed up. If they send back the sophisticated sex robot to smooth talk Sarah Connor, woo her, and have the shit kid who's not going to become John Connor and not going to become this hard-ass John Connor, there you go. She's produced this baby. There's this half Shermanator bloke.
Basically, she's saying Sarah Connor gives birth to Damo in the future, and
there's no hope for humanity.
He doesn't save humanity. He just gets into dance.
There we go, guys. Now let's all get around. Here are the steps on 1, 2, 3, 4. Right.
6,
then
7, 8.
Skynet have assured their victory, sending back the Shermanator.
I like it.
Excellent.
I like it.
I will accept that. Absolutely brilliant. Next up, That's Not a Knife, for a scene that is crossed over into popular culture. Fairly weighty within this movie. What do you reckon, G-Man?
I'll be back.
I mean,
100%.
straight off the bat, he said it in every subsequent movie. It's Schwarzenegger's calling card. I think that absolutely, fuck you, Artall, is something we used to say a lot to each other. Yeah.
The Uzi 9mm.
Yeah,
Uzi 9mm.
Oh, nothing beats I'll be back. Nothing beats I'll be
Yeah.
No, but just even the Terminator.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Well, the Shermanator. There you go.
There you got the show. But Sarah Connor. If someone says Sarah Connor.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Snorbs.
Yeah.
Come with me if you want to live.
Perky little
Come with me
snorbs.
if
That's
you
all I
want to
think about.
Yeah, how many
Excellent.
times have people say, like, you're going to go somewhere, people would say, "Come with me if you want to live."
Yeah, no, we've used to come with me if you want to live. I said to Megan that I came on time to be with her. I'm sorry, came across time.
Right.
Yeah. Move on.
Excellent. Next up, Burt Young in the Rockies for the biggest douchebag character in the Terminator. I mean, not exactly. Even Arnold, we understand that he's just on a mission. He's not really a douchebag.
No.
He is GSD, mate. He's getting shit done. I don't know. Damo, anyone in there that really annoyed you?
I'd say, no, well, I think Lance Henriksen, they made him to be
He's a bit of a
douche,
tool.
but I don't think you can beat the ice cream kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
he's
good call.
probably the biggest snob. Yeah, good call.
Little shithead.
Yeah.
You know who's the biggest
Oh, well,
knob?
yeah.
The doctor.
The customers in
No.
the diner were a bit rude. Excuse
Yeah,
me,
and
waitress,
the
we're ready to order.
They're all
Yeah.
dicks.
Ginger.
The biggest knob was Belize.
Oh,
Bullies
Bullies
M.
M.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, he's too advanced for this. He's too
Excellent.
high, looking up from his ivory tower down.
That's right. Piss off, police.
Yeah.
Good call, G. Moving on, Steven Seagal running, the new category for an extremely piss poor display of athletic prowess. Anything in the Terminator that you thought, oh, that's a bit of a co-ord. That's a theatre kid right there. Nothing really stood out for me. Whitey, anything you noticed?
No, nothing stood out to me at all in this. I thought
No,
everything was pretty on point.
I got
I
one.
think-
I got the cop behind the front desk when
Yeah.
he gives him, I'll be back.
Just wait
And then
here.
he looks up and he sees the lights coming towards him,
With
and then
the-
he
the-
just
Yeah, go.
then he just stays there.
Deer in the headlights.
Yeah, and then just waits, and then the car just comes to the door and smashes
But you know
him.
what's funny is that there's lights in his face, but the lights aren't on the car when it comes through the window.
That's right.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just explain that. You just watch it and you see his face, his eyes widen, and he just sits there.
I don't think Arnie needed to use the car to get through that
No.
little front piece
Why
of
didn't
panel.
he
He
should
could
have
have just grabbed him.
like a
He
wait.
just should have shot.
Yeah, or just shot him. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's like that wasn't that necessary.
good scene though.
Yes.
Did you like actually in there when they walked in there and the head cop says to her, "You'll be safe in here. Don't worry. There's about 30 cops running
Yes.
around," and they actually killed exactly 30 cops.
Yeah.
In the thing.
Wow.
But I think they say that 17.
No, in T2 they say
in
17 cops were
17
killed.
died.
Oh,
Yeah.
But they shot all. He shot
Yeah.
every cop.
Yeah, every
only
cop.
17
Sorry.
died.
Correct.
In T2, yeah.
I think that whole cop station scene is just brilliant. Every last bit.
Epic.
of it. I love
Awesome.
the,
It's the
I
best
love
scene
the
in the movie.
dialogue between
Yeah.
all the cops. I even love the douchebag psychologist who's
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
as. So,
So got
yeah,
some sort
no,
of
it's good.
retroactive abortion or something.
He's good in the next one too.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Robot Sentries. Was there anything
Oh.
that we wanted to know a little bit more about, like our beloved extra scene from the director's cut of James Cameron's next big film, Aliens? I personally like how they set up the mythology that would then go on to build these worlds in the subsequent films with very little exposition, and really just picked bits and pieces from this film to set up everything else. What do you guys think, Damo?
Yeah, I wanted one thing I did want was the cops to sort of acknowledge, oh shit, you kind of were telling the truth.
They didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
But there is
yeah.
a deleted scene, and I read about it. There's a deleted scene when they're escaping, when Kyle and Sarah are escaping. They don't run across the injured lieutenant, who basically tells Kyle to make sure that Sarah survives. So the penny had dropped. He believed his story. He's like, oh my god.
See, I would have liked to have seen that. That's a shame. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It would have been a nice acknowledgement for them to go, yeah, mate, sorry we took the piss out of you, but yep,
Yeah.
you make sure that lady does not
Yeah.
get killed.
And he does.
And he does.
Great insight, Damo. I will accept that. I think I would personally have liked to have seen that. Excellent. Next up, and finally, Whitey's Brad Pitt, for the actor you most like to come back from the future, all stalkerish, and confess your undying love to your boss's mum based on a photo. Whitey.
Oh, it's definitely Snorbs.
Yep.
It's Sarah Connor.
Ginger. Oh, you reckon?
This,
No, Ginger. I'm a Ginger guy.
yeah, no, but Ginger's going to wear the Walkman. I think she's a starfish. I think Ginger's overrated. Ginger looks like she's going to be all hot and heavy and horny. I think she's listening to Wah Wah Nee in the Walkman,
She could be.
and she's not really caring about what's going on in the long one.
Yeah.
All I get from you is stimulation.
Whereas Sarah Connor genuinely looks happy to be copying that.
And she just,
It's pure
she
grippage.
performed nice.
She was in it.
It's a good love scene. Agreed. Excellent. I will accept that, gentlemen. That was fast stuff. Well done.
Well done. Listen to this, G-Man. Got anything?
Yeah, we've hit on a lot of it. I'll give you one though. James Cameron, his voice is heard 3 times in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yep. He's Sarah Connor's date on the answering machine that brushes up.
Right.
Sarah. Gonna have to cancel.
Yep. And he's heard twice. He's the manager of the Tiki Motel.
Shit, he's versatile.
Yeah. So he's the one he's heard but not seen. He speaks to Sarah, then answers the phone when the Terminator calls.
Voice actor.
Yeah. James Cameron had the idea of only giving giving less lines than in Conan the Barbarian,
Yeah.
which works really well. In Conan the Barbarian, he had 24 lines. In this, he had 14 lines of dialogue.
Brilliant.
He says fuck all
Yeah,
in this movie.
14
Yeah.
lines.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Love it.
Look, that's it. Oh, actually, the only other ones. The Terminator is the only character that's listed in the American Film Institute's 100 heroes and villains as both a villain and a hero.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, really good twist in the next movie. Like it.
Excellent twist. Excellent twist. Damo, you got anything?
A couple of things. James Cameron said the point of this movie was to show that no matter how insignificant you may think you are, you have no idea on how impactful we could be in the future.
Oh, deep.
A little bit deep, wasn't it? Yeah.
I thought it was just an action movie where you saw some snorbs and some blood.
Well,
Is
that's
that a little
true.
like the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
It works on so many levels, Whitey.
Yeah. Now, the Henry Mancini, the great composer, did ask Brad Fiedel if he could use this music in a compilation album of movie scores that he wanted to produce, and Brad Fiedel said, "Yeah, no probs." And then Henry said, "Oh, can I have the lead sheets?" And Brad Fiedel was like, "Yeah, I got none. I just played it.
I
and
just
recorded it."
I just made it up on the
Yeah.
spot. Yeah.
He did. He basically just because it didn't. He just played it and then recorded it and then just put it together, and that was it.
It's recorded in some really weird time.
It is. It's in 13/16
yeah.
timing. So
They
Oh,
change it for the next
wowzers.
movie.
they do. They fix it in the next movie because if you're a trained musician, I can't hear it for shit. But I've heard people saying there's something weird about it. It just sounds
off. It's off.
it
It's
is
way off the beat.
because when he was doing his loop, he missed something by a split second, and it just changed it. But that's what gives it this sort of jerky, sort of mechanical
works.
sort of sound,
Yeah.
and makes it brilliant.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, there's a metal sound that's bum 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 bing bum 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 bing, and it's this metal sound.
Mm.
Now James Horner used an anvil a lot. Brad Fiedel in this uses his frying pan. That's the sound, the metallic sound in it. It's like,
Crazy.
mate, he's just
Crazy.
awesome. Yep.
Crazy.
So there's my listen to this is.
Right, Dan, you got anything?
Oh, just that James Cameron was so ice cold when it came to getting this movie produced. He'd come off the back of getting fired from Piranha 2. So he essentially had no juice whatsoever in Hollywood. And in order to get this film made, he had to give away the rights to the movie, essentially sold it for $1 to Gail Ann Hurd, who was the producer and became his wife as well. And
Funny
that
fact.
was under the proviso that he was able to direct it. So again, it's worked out pretty well for him in the end with the billions he's made off his other shithouse movies. But to back yourself and give away what was pretty hot property for $1 was a very big call at the time, but he backed himself and did well. There was also another artist who wrote a couple of sci-fi short stories in the 60s who sued successfully Orion Pictures, who released the released Terminator, for copyright breach, suggesting that he actually came up with the themes and the characters. And they settled out of court. So he had a reasonable case. But James Cameron subsequently said that the guy was just an absolute bullshit artist, and it came to him in a dream, and there was absolutely nothing whatsoever aligned with those short stories and where the Terminator came. So, but he got a payment out of it. So well done, you little scammy little fuck.
This is Arnold's favorite movie of his own.
Really? Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
yep.
Hmm.
How long do you think he's on screen? So Hannibal Lecter was on screen famously for like 11 or 14 minutes or something. How long is the Terminator on screen for?
We say about 25.
Well, yeah, I was
gonna
going to
say
say
26.
25.
21 minutes.
Oh,
21 minutes.
awesome.
So the truck that the Terminator drives over when he's going to the first Sarah Connor's house is the same truck that runs over him at the end of the movie.
No, is that
It's the same style of truck
Oh, right. Yeah.
that runs over him at the end of the movie. The body bag that Reese is put into at the end of the movie
Yeah.
is a suit bag of James Cameron's.
Zip him up in it.
They zipped him up in a suit bag. Right.
Bloody hell.
Now, what's the kill list on this movie? How many?
Well, 17 in the cop station.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plenty.
Okay,
30.
27.
Whoa.
27.
The punk leader.
Oh, the gang. Yeah.
Now they're going to
Yeah.
say that they knocked out the other two. So he knocked out
Yeah.
Bill
German.
Paxton and the other guy who he
Yeah.
got his gear from and punched the
Well,
guy's
the guy,
chest.
ripped his
killed
heart
him,
out.
yep.
Yeah.
The gun store owner.
Yep.
The first two Sarah Connors.
Yep.
Matt and Ginger.
Yep. Sarah's mum.
3 Tech Noir patrons.
Oh yeah.
17 police officers. Sarah's mum.
You might have thought there'd be more at the old at the pub. He was
He was
spraying
spraying.
bullets everywhere.
Yeah. It was very
about-
similar
can you-
to Scarface.
Can you count the Terminator?
Killed himself.
Well, no, got killed at the end.
Oh yeah, well yeah, he's a robot. Doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kyle Reese doesn't count either because he didn't kill him.
Right.
Okay, that's it.
I got a quick one for you.
G-Man.
I got one for you. Michael Biehn and Arnold Schwarzenegger only appear in one frame of the movie together at around the 36 minute.
It's in Tech Noir.
Yep.
That's the only time.
Because at the end, it's all robot.
It's all robot, yeah.
So there's not actually the two of them in it.
yeah.
The two characters
nice
are in it, but it's only the two of them. It's the only time.
Right. So when you said Arnie's in it, because the robot bit's probably 10 minutes, isn't it?
Well, it's the last sort of
The
8
la-
minutes of
yeah,
the movie. Or the
yeah,
last
yeah,
10 minutes of the movie
yeah.
would be the...
Was
Just
robot.
the
Just
robot.
the skeleton, yeah.
No, the Terminator has 21 minutes.
So
of
that
screen time.
includes
it
Terminator.
it
skeleton
includes the
stuff.
skeleton stuff, yeah.
Shit.
Oh, okay.
Well, then Arnie's only in it for 12 minutes.
Yeah, fuck all. Go, Arnie. Okay, quotables. G-Man, we'll start with you.
Oh, we've already hit. There's
Yeah,
not many.
I'll
Come with
hit
me
on
if you want to
mine.
live. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be back. There's not a lot unless you get into the monologues, which
Yeah.
we've already heard in the trailer, really.
We don't need to go into the monologues.
Uzi
we happy with that?
Malumala.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Fuck you, asshole.
Cool.
Dan, you got
I
anything?
love you.
I had one, but I've lost it. I did, yeah. Stick with me. I'll find it again because it's I like it. Talk amongst yourselves. Stupid.
Or not.
Or
I
not, man.
love at the start. Nice night for a walk, eh? Nice night
Nah.
for a walk.
Nice night
Yeah.
for a walk.
Wash day tomorrow. Nothing clean, right? Nothing
That's
clean, right?
But you know what? Those punk guys, if you saw a bloke that size,
In the nude.
you wouldn't be lipping him.
In the
Yeah,
nude.
you would not lip him.
Yeah.
They were pretty cocky considering they were up against that unit.
They're punks, mate. They've just listened to DKs.
They just smashed his bottle over the telescope because he really wanted to have a look out of it.
Yeah.
My
Didn't wa-
turn.
He was tired of drinking his beer, so he just smashed it.
It's my turn. I want to look at
Yeah.
whatever the view.
Yeah.
It was
Fuck
so
you.
stupid.
So dumb. So dumb.
I found my quote. Sorry.
Go, Dan.
Here we go. 12 gauge auto loader. That's Italian. You can go pump or auto. The 45 long slide with laser sighting. These are brand new. We just got them in. That's a good gun. Just touch the trigger. The beam comes on. You put the red dot where you want the bullet to go. You can't miss. Anything else? Phase plasma rifle in the 40-watt range. Hey, just what you see, pal. Uzi 9mm. You know your weapons, buddy. Any of these is ideal for home defense. So, which will it be?
All of them.
I make plays early today. There's a 15-day wait on the handguns, but the rifles you can take right now. Hey, you can't do that. Wrong. Love it.
Yeah,
He,
pretty good.
he was the guy from Gremlins too, that
Yeah,
bloke.
yeah.
Yeah.
At the point where the guy starts going, telling all the guns, obviously knows his guns, and then says, "I'll take them all." He's at the point, you go, "Yeah, I'll just go at the back and get you one and get out of there," knowing this guy's a psycho.
Mm.
Well done, gentlemen. 1 degree of Kurt Russell, Johnny Ringo.
Yep.
Right.
Well done.
Well done. Very easy.
Easy.
Film school for F-wits. Looking forward to seeing what Dan's got for us.
Yeah, I had I got some actually look outs on our MySpace page. I don't think you guys check that out, but I often go back there and there's a couple of F-wits that still deal with me. And I really enjoyed my last compare and contrast where I compared the Nico Above the Law with Lost in Translation. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a twist on it this time and I'd compare and contrast 2 of James Cameron's films, one of them being 1984's Terminator and the other one being 2009's Avatar. So just to set the scene, James Cameron's films Terminator and Avatar are both groundbreaking in their own right, yet they showcase distinct themes, technologies, and cinematic approaches that reflect the eras in which they were made. Terminator is a science fiction action film centered on a dystopian future where machines have taken over the world. The story follows a cyborg assassin, the Terminator, sent back in time to kill Sarah Connor, whose future son will lead to human resistance against the machines. The film is gritty, low-budget production, relies heavily on practical effects, suspense, and a tight, fast-paced narrative. It explores themes of fate, free will, and the dangers of unchecked technological advancement. The Terminator, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, became an iconic figure in pop culture, symbolizing the relentless nature of technology. On the other hand, Avatar sucks dead donkey dicks. In conclusion, while both films feature strong action elements and innovative use of technology, Terminator is more focused on intimate, character-driven storytelling within a confined setting, whereas Avatar has large blue Dr. Zeus characters sprouting utter gibberish on the nose environmentalism preaching. Get fucked, Avatar. Film school for F-wits.
Wow.
Dan, I got to say, it's one of your better ones.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it was just concise to the
I liked
point.
it. I liked
to the
it.
point.
Efficient.
Less waffle.
Less
we go.
lost in translation. It's automatically better than everything else you've done.
So you're saying that you think Terminator is better than Avatar?
I think Terminator is multiple points out of 5 better than Avatar.
The winter.
I do too, and I like Avatar.
The winter of Dan continues with kick-ass credit song.
Oh, that'd have to be some.
I'm looking forward to this.
With a
Morgs.
time code of 13/16.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I don't know that I will be able to fit my melody into that time signature. However, I'll give it a go. Look, kick-ass credit song. We've all touched on one part of the film we all find very weird. My kick-ass credit song for this week is titled "He Rooted John's Mum."
He did.
Like it.
Here we go.
More succinctness.
In 84 came a movie delight. Jim Cameron's killer cyborg from the future, Blight, sent to find Sarah Connor. That's his mission. Arnold from Conan, Austrian conviction. Fuck you, arsehole. Alliance Prime. The Terminator's here. It's judgment time. I'll be back. And we all know when targeted for termination, you can't be slow. Sarah Connor 6 scooter, just like Dan from the Lands. Better twist that throttle and ride it like a man. Shoot out at Tech Noir. 80s fashion so bright. Just like our year 6 formal at Chroma Primary School night.
Whoa.
Michael Biehn back from the future, but he ain't no Michael Fox. He volunteered for this mission, but was he thinking with his car? With red eyes glowing in the night, the Terminator, he's a fearsome sight. But Kyle Reese is here. He's tough on none. His future boss is John Connor, and he rooted John's mom. He rooted her, 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 he rooted John's mom. He rooted her, 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 he rooted John's mom. Yeah.
Morgs.
Do you know what Daniel, you do this more often than you might realize, but you lead us down a path through the whole podcast. And you get to your kick-ass credit
There's
song.
little
And
snippets.
he's got his little snippets in the kick-ass credit song.
I dropped little Easter eggs in there.
Chekhov's.
I foreshadowed Chekhov's scooter.
School tie. Chekhov's. Yeah.
Chekhov's snippets.
Yeah.
Chekhov's snippets.
There we go.
But
He
he
rooted
sampled,
John's mum.
actual Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes.
Sarah Connor.
Or were they your voice, or were they a sample that you put in there? Because they
No,
sound
that was
like him.
you are correct. You've caught me out. There was a sample, so yeah, I did have that ready to play.
Wow.
Morgs,
well,
excellent song.
Yeah, well done, Dan. We're applying for the
He
rights
rooted
now.
her, he rooted 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 John's mum. He rooted her.
Okay, star of the show, Damo. Who do you have?
Oh, it has to be Arnold, but geez, I'd like to give it to old Brad Fidel. But
Really?
yeah,
Okay,
it's definitely Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is imposing, menacing, really freaking future. Yeah, Michael Myers, that scary, relentless bastard. So, he was so good in this.
Well done, Dan. Star of the show.
Yeah, I was torn between Cameron and Arnold because I think they both took a big punt on themselves in these roles. I'm going to go with Damo and go with Arnold because I think he doesn't get enough respect for making a very bold choice at a time in his career when he could have just been hero roles, and he was definitely avoiding being the big thuggy henchman, and it would have been difficult for his agent and his manager to allow him to do this, but he made the choice, and it was an amazing one. So well done, Arnold, and thank you for the advice on being useful.
G-Man.
I'm the agree guy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm going against. I'm going Jim Cameron.
Ooh.
I think that it's his world. It's his. Yeah, he was able. What he's able to do on such a small budget and give it such grand scale, but still be really claustrophobic as well. I think it's incredible. Incredible direction. Incredible
The
direction.
idea to give Arnie the job
Yep. I think
was a masterstroke for both of them moving forward.
absolutely. I think it's a photo finish. I'm going to give it to Jim this
Yep,
time.
well done.
it's, the rank bank got a couple options here. This one wasn't easy.
Wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. Hey, Egg, how'd you get up there?
Wasn't easy.
Wasn't easy. Tech noirs.
Yep, that's a good one.
Futuristic phone book killers. Uzi 9mm.
That's a good one.
I'll be barks.
That's a good one.
Fist punctured chests.
Oof.
Spiky haired Paxtons. That's all I've got because I think
I
it's
like-
got to be Uzi 9mm or I'll be backs.
What about dodgy
Or
trackies?
what about fuck you, asshole?
Fuck you,
Ooh.
assholes. What about
Fuck
shit
you,
stained
assholes.
trackies?
I'm Botany Bay Traders.
I think the Uzis.
I
Yeah.
think we go with Uzi 9mm.
Uzi 9mm.
You just know, that's the
Okay.
Terminator.
We're going to start with you up on the land, Dan.
I
What do you got?
thoroughly enjoyed watching this film. I don't always enjoy what is selected for us to watch. I'm looking at you, Nico, above the law. This was awesome. As I said at the end, I screamed out an audible fuck yeah. Really enjoyed all of the Force endings. I'm going big boys. For me, this is another 5 out of 5.
Wow. Okay. All right. Wow. 5 Uzi 9mm for Dan. That's right out of the gates. G-Man.
Cracking movie, cracking rewatch. One of the moods had a big effect on me as a kid. It's an all-time cracker. 4.5 Uzi 9mm for me.
4.5. Love it. Damo.
Yeah, I love this too. I think this is better than T2. I'm one of them people.
Wow. Okay. You're a big original movie guy, though.
Not with aliens though, but
Yeah. But
generally,
everything else.
yeah.
but
Generally,
everything
the
else.
first ones. Yeah. So I do love this. I'm going to give it 4.5.
Okay. 4.5. Well, it's not often that it's not often that I am the lowest score. I love this movie. I really do. I'll watch it again. It was a long time in between drinks for me this time. 4.25 Uzi 9mm for me. I think it's a cracking film, but I think T2 is better. G-Man, where is that going to put the Terminator? I reckon this is going to rank pretty freaking well.
Well, it's got us at 4.56 Uzi 9mm. Now it's right above 4.5 flamethrowers for The Thing. Wow. 4.5 fava beans for Silence of the Lambs. And 4.5 flux capacitors for Back to the Future and Shawshank, all tied at 4.5. Now, it's right below Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers at 4.58 tossable dwarves. And just above it at 4.67, we've got a whole heap. We've got Lethal Weapon, Raiders of the Lost Ark, 3 billboards.
Oh my God, you blokes and your 3 billboards. Fair dinkum.
So look, it brings
Oh
it
my
in
God,
at
that's
number 16 on the list.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
16.
think
Wow.
I prefer The Thing to this movie.
Yeah, I'm going to say I do too.
No way.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I was
definitely T1.
very excited watching this the other night. This was one that did not let me down 40 years later.
No, this didn't let me down. I loved it, but it's 4.25. I think that 4.56 is a great score. I think it's about right. It's a top 20. It's a top 20.
It's
Born to watch
100% on Rotten
Tell you what,
Tomatoes.
Above The
Critics.
Thing, Silence of the Lambs, Shawshank, just some big movies there.
Big movies. Well done, gentlemen. We've done it again. An absolute 1984 banger. The Terminator. So many memories. We look to next week, and we are collabing
Mm-hmm.
with our American friends, the Middle Aged Movie Podcast.
Yep.
And we're going to be covering 1987's The Princess Bride.
Yep. Great
Now,
movie.
it is going to be Damo and myself
Representing Australia.
representing Australia, and the three boys.
There's three of them.
oh.
We're
Matt-
going to gang up.
You're going to
Matt-
represent Australia, B-boys. You got some names?
Yeah, the three boys from
Yeah, I'm
the
playing
Man
sauce.
from Man podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we look forward to having a Aussie versus American Olympic off again.
Yeah,
I think we'll come out on top.
definitely.
I have not seen this movie very much.
I'm not.
Princess Bride.
I've never seen it in full.
Yeah,
Wow.
mate, I don't think.
It's a grower. This movie is a grower.
Really?
It's not a one watch.
It's like me. It's like me.
Absolutely.
I'm not.
Yeah. It's a grower.
I am not a shower.
The Princess Bride is Whitey's cock.
Ugly,
The
but
rank bank.
slightly interesting, and can be a little on the nose.
Of course.
But
Is
definitely
there
a
a dead
shower.
cat in here?
Mate, it's been fun. Dan, enjoy the week off.
Thank you,
G-Man,
gents.
get a week
Good
off
to
too.
see you all.
Fuck
Say
you,
hi.
assholes.
Yeah, say hi to the middle-aged man dorks for me. I'll catch them on the next time.
Yeah, I'm
No
sure you
probs.
will. It's been a pleasure. Till next week. Fuck you, assholes.